All right. I don't know what else I'm gonna say on this video, but I downloaded Capcut and I took a brief look at it. Uh, First, I went through the. I don't know. I don't know if you call it tutorial or like a demonstration, but it was like a 5 thing demonstration. It just kind of showed you 5 things on there. And that old man that suggested it to me, by the way, it seems pretty good and pretty easy. Um, and as I went through it more and more, because I looked through it for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I noticed a whole bunch of things that I've seen in a bunch of YouTube videos. And so I think it's probably, well, I don't know if it's a standard editor, but let me think of a good way to say it. I think it's an editor that covers most of the basic or standard or industry wide uses, at least something. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the best way to say it, but yeah. So I think I really hope I'm not going to be too arrogant sounding when I say this, but I'm kind of an arrogant person, so what the fuck. Uh, I think I'll get the hang of it pretty quick. Um, I'm just gonna let the. I mean, it's 420. Mm-mm. It's not a weed cigarette. I don't smoke weed cigarettes anymore. Um, I'm gonna maybe make a fucking video with that later on today. I don't know. I like kind of just fucking around. And, when I started making videos, it was like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago. It took me like 3 years of thinking about making YouTube videos at all before I even made one. So, I am, if there is a land of procrastination with procrastinators on it, uh, I would at least be one that would run for it. And I'd be like, yeah, maybe I'll run for king of procrastination land, but you know what? Maybe next year, if I feel like it. My hot wife forgot to push me into it. Yes, I'm on that hot wife thing again, by the way. Trust me, anyone that has a wife that they really love, they always have a hot wife. And if you think your wife is ugly, I can't do anything for you because you gotta. If you love your wife, you gotta at least be like, man, I think my wife's hot. You'll be like, damn right you do. How else you gonna mount that if you don't be like, she's pretty good looking? You gotta be like, damn, I can't wait to ride the train. Otherwise, why'd you get married? These kinds of things I'm going to direct at the gentleman because, first of all, I'm a guy, you're a guy. And second of all, I don't. Why would I know what ladies are exactly feeling? I'm hoping, ladies, it's the same kind of sentiment toward your dude. Like you just can't wait and be like, man, if he's not plowing you right, you're just like, get the fuck over and let me do this. You are not knowing, you don't know how to fucking make it work, so lay down. I'm doing the work tonight. And the guy's just like, in his head, yeah, it worked again. I was fucking tired. I didn't feel like fucking exercising, so. Now she's doing the work. Like, yep. All right, I guess that's enough of that. But you know, when you're alone and alone for a while, you've got to live vicariously through, well, I don't really have any, you know, I only got YouTube, so I guess well, I was just able to upload my, let's call it movies I paid for, onto my new computer, so I have stuff to watch. But I guess on my phone I was able to watch um, Hulu and I got the bundle Hulu, Disney, and Max. So if I wanted to, I could watch stuff and my stuff on. Oh, God damn it, Voodoo, Voodoo Pan. Is it Pandora? I don't think it's Pandora. Fan, whatever the fuck Voodoo is called. Voodoo is called now. Fandango. That's what it is. So I could do that if I really wanted. But like I said, the screen sucks. I would watch that on my computer, but reasons. So. Ooh, 91 degrees. That sucks. Yeah, I think the first thing I did after I got the computer all set up, I think the first thing I did was get Firefox. I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah. Now, I haven't really tried Microsoft Edge. Maybe Microsoft Edge actually is a decent browser. Um, it could be. Microsoft Edge actually could be decent because, Internet Explorer was bleh. But Microsoft would have to do something extraordinary to kind of start really earning the world back. And, while I'm at it, Apple. Uh, I'm sorry for people that are firmly entrenched up Apple's, well, I don't even know, taint, butthole, dick, badge, just all the way up every part of Apple's, every hole. But it's not for me. Well, I mean, even if it was for me, I wouldn't have the money for it too. I mean, have you seen the prices on that? It would never be the thing for me. I cannot afford. It's just, wow. I think they charge you $20 for looking at Apple products. So yeah, I'm too poor to like, you know, look onto the shine. So that's okay because they really haven't come out with anything good or revolutionary. And I guess I can give them the iPhone, the first iPhone, and the first iPod. I mean, I have thoughts on that alone because, I guess I made a video on the other channel about that. So, let me just say, I have thoughts about a lot of things, and certain things are technological inevitabilities, and that's one of them. But maybe the iPhone was a technological inevitability, but the iPhone looked prettier than if the smartphone was first developed by somebody else. It would have looked, you know, dumber. And like with Tesla, you know, the catch of that was the first electric car. The Roadster was the first electric car that was like sexy and could go fast and blah blah blah. Kind of broke all the rules for electric cars, and so that's why we have electric cars today. He did that, and then the Chinese were like, "Oh yeah, we make electric car at 1 millionth the price and crank out 400,000 of them every second." And now they do. I'm pretty sure they'll make an electric car in the next 10 years, and it will transform into a boat, a plane, and a spaceship, and it will be able to go into alternate realities. And America will be like, well, now we have to declare war on them, because we will be run by maybe we will have elected MTG by then. Maybe it'll have gotten that bad. Like, we can't elect commies. We got to elect quite possibly the most ludicrous person we can find. Well, she is the first woman, so we have that, liberals will say. She is the first female president. Psycho. hose beast. Well, not me. That kind of went the wrong way, but you know. I sure hope I'm not a psycho hose beast. Am I, Wayne? Am I, Garth? No. Well, I may be a little bit psycho. And I may be a little bit hose beast. But I'm female. No. Okay. Good. I think that's a PB. Okay, it's just, you know, not as big as I would like it to be. That's another thing I would do as president. I don't know if any of those penis enlarging pills and shakes and all that stuff work, but I'm betting they don't. So that's a moonshot I would be willing to invest in for all mankind. I don't give a shit about women. You know, if it feels better and stuff. Yeah, whatever, I don't care. I just want male penises to be, let's just say, bigger. I think we need to have bigger dicks, guys. They need to be bigger. I don't know why. Maybe if they're bigger, we can start more wars. Yeah. Everybody has 8, 10, 12-inch dicks, maybe 14, 16-inch dicks. We can start 2 or 3 more world wars every century, and finish them twice as fast. You know, it's efficiency. That's all it's about. We're gonna throw more people into the meat grinder. And you know, screw these guns. We need more swords, axes, clubs. This pussy ass gun shit has got to go. You got to kill your enemy up close and personal. So, yeah. Bigger dicks, swords, real swords, not using a metaphor for dick when I say sword. Bigger dicks, lots of swords, up close personal combat. Yeah. Wars the way they were meant to be fought. That's my policy as leader of the free world. What do you think, Canada, Mexico, Russia, China, India? Get back to our roots as a human world civilization. And then this guerrilla tactics garbage, well, you know, be like, this is where we're going to meet. 10, 50,000 on 10, 50,000, 100,000. Just 2 big groups just fucking colliding. All with swords, axes, clubs. You know, just fucking. You know, it's good stuff. We can, you know, make a movie about it afterwards. Oh, well, the slaughter was brutal, but they fought and won. Land for, you know, like that dude. And people came in, times. Because now with all the people dead, they needed even more food to build up the next crop of people, which would then fight on the same battlefield. The circle of life. I am not going anywhere with any of this. I just feel like talking into whatever before I maybe start watching stuff or something. I don't know. Before I definitely go sit in front of the fan because this shirt is making me hot. You know what I need to try and figure out for an editor? A way for me to sit naked in the chair, but have a filter so that like it could just make me look like I'm fully clothed or something. I don't know. I saw a green screen thing there. I don't know exactly what that was about. That was kind of one of the things that kind of mystified me. So it looked like it was just a intro-ish thing. So I will have to look into what the deal with that is. So some things will require a little bit of investigation. But getting teensy neck crackies. I promise for all you zero viewers out there, I promise on the grave of my grandfather and my grandfather's grandfather, soon these things will look a little bit better, but not very much, because, who gives a damn? If you don't like this, and it's, well, I mean, I'm looking at my face right now. It is, well, it is what it is, and time is not gonna make this motherfucker look any better as we march forward. So, geez. That reminded me of an idea I had. I called it let me try and think, the selective shit, what do I call it? The selective hair. Oh, right. All right. Frickin' hey, jeez. What is it? An autonomous anatomical. I'm trying to think of what they're called. Autonomic functions. Selective autonomic function inhibitor pill. That's what selective autonomic function inhibitor pill. We don't have to shave anymore, guys. And it, turns off, the, I don't know what they are, whatever controls, facial hair, epigenetic, genetic functions, protein, whatever's. You take it and boom, there you go. You don't have to do that anymore. And then, you can take the reversal when you want to start growing your beard and your mustache and whatever again. I don't know if it would affect your pubes, but or your chest hair or whatever, but there you go. That's something for geneticists or whatever to look into, because I don't want to shave anymore. It would be nice to just shave one more time and be like, take the pill. Now I'm done with it. It's my patent, and once someone figures it out, it's mine. I own it, and I'm giving it away to the world for free. So anybody that wants to manufacture it as generic, you can sell it at cost, and the cost is zero. I gave it to all men because, guys that need it the most are poor people. Poor guys need the most help getting chicks. Trust me, I know. Rich dudes do not need help with fucking anything. Poor dudes need as much help with fucking everything. Selective autonomic function inhibitor pill. Because it's selective in which autonomic function it inhibits. Because we don't want to, say, turn off your fucking breathing. That would be bad. I would not like to have to fucking manually control my breathing. That would suck ass. Or try to control my heartbeat. I wouldn't even know how I would do that. Beat, damn you, beat! Come on, liver, what are you doing? Process the alcohol. Process, I say. It's not making me drunk. There we go. Oh, why don't I add this to the thing? This was a little bit of a bitchy thing about Trump that I was thinking about before. It was the leaders should have temperance and be virtuous. It's like, yeah, especially with the latest Trump big post, but he's done that before. He's done that several times, not just the latest rage post, and then he's done it more than once with a really long post that is just whatever. Now, I know a lot of us do those kinds of posts. I don't know that I've ever made a post. I mean, Trump, I don't know that Trump knows that once you kind of write something out that long, dude, just look at it and be like, At least read it. And, if you take the time to read it, that probably will have given you enough time to just simmer down a little bit and be like, Yeah, I don't know that I want the whole world to see this. Because a lot of times, personally, I will type something, I'll be typing, and it'll get to like 1/10 of the length of some of Trump's posts, and I'll be like, okay, I gotta check it for spelling errors and stuff. That's just me checking it like mechanically. I'll be like, because I always, when I'm typing shit, I always want to check it for spelling, grammar, that sort of shit. Every post on YouTube and stuff. All right, so it can get something that big, so it's like 4 or 5, maybe 6 lines, and I'll read it and be like, you know what? That's kind of really dickish, and it's fucking me. Am I the president? No. So yeah. You're a leader. And Elon is like a CEO and stuff or whatever. I don't know his technical position anymore. Maybe he's not a CEO. I don't even know if Elon has made a rage post like that. I can't remember. He probably has made at least a really long post. Maybe not a rage post that's. Dude, Trump is just known for making those. I mean, he can kind of be forgiven because of his age. But, did Biden ever do that? I don't think Biden ever did that. I mean, in his defense is not really a good preamble to that. But in his defense, I think in the middle of writing something like that, he probably would fall asleep. So, or at least he would have had to take a nap and then get back to it. I'm too tired. I'll just leave it there. Let me get a nap in. I'll come back to it later. Which probably would have been good because then he would have woken up and be like, yeah, that kind of makes me look like a dick. And then he wouldn't have posted it. Trump, maybe you need to take some of these comments to heart. Do it. Instead of posting it, go take a nap. Play some golf. Come back. Read it. If you still feel the same way, hit post. Otherwise, it's just like. Also, remember, as a leader, as a anything leader, and on top of that, as a world leader, president, prime minister, etc., etc. In the age of the internet, yikes, that is a legacy that you are going to live, or you are going to leave. I mean, as far as I and everybody knows, forever. So, you know that presidential library you're talking about leaving that $400 billion golden plane in? Mmm. Right next to that sumbitch, collected works of Donald Trump. Truth Social posts. Printed out. Maybe we'll print them out on gold plates. Yeah. And if you think we're leaving out the fucked up ones, well, eventually, I don't know if it's right after this current term, eventually, yeah, eventually, boy, there's going to be a power alliance that it's not, your whipping boys. And they're going to be like, yep, it's time to bring to full light and display in all glory what this guy. God. I mean, now, maybe he's fully cognizant of what he's doing. So he's like, yeah, I don't care. I just don't care. The world knows I'm being a total dick. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I will say whatever the fuck I want. In fact, I am okay with it. Well, I don't know about okay with it, but I guess someone's got to do it because everybody's holding their fucking tongue. So everybody's too afraid to let the world in to the dark crevices of their brain. You won't be forgiven, even though that's actually a central tenet of all the religions of forgiveness. But, whatever. Well, let's expose the religions for what they are. If you're so good at forgiveness, damn, come on. Give me a good drag. I guess good enough. If you're so good at forgiveness, bring it on, bitch. I should draw a picture. I should draw an image of Mohammed. Is it Mohammed that is the forbidden one to draw pictures of? Is that the one that those guys were killed for? I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention to it. I just know they were killed by someone. You can't have. I don't know. Is it because of idolatry? I don't know enough about Islam. I don't really know enough about Christianity, and that's supposedly the, culture that is most around me. Shit. Fuck. Yeah, it really is getting hot. Well, it's not getting hot, it's just remaining hot. Yeah. and this Eric Weinstein, whatever. He was on DOAC, Diary of a CEO, and I don't know. He said it was an interesting interview on Diary of a CEO. I mean, I was generally okay with the interview. I mean, it was nice to see an interview on there that was mildly interesting, too interesting, because a lot of those long form conversations that guy has is kind of like dancing around the whole pandering viewpoint, but it was just nice to have. But he did seem kind of like he was a little I don't know, over enthused with Musk. I do like what he said about Musk. One thing that I do like about Musk, and I share the viewpoint too, although, well, I like that Musk has a vision for getting off Earth and settling something other than Earth. However, he's one of those agents of the problem, which is, the whole, look at me, I got a lot of money. Let me get more money with it. And he keeps snowballing my money. It's like, well, I mean, everybody's got to have a dream, but NASA wants to go to Mars too, and the moon, and aren't they trying to cut NASA's budget by, I don't know if it's 25% or 25 billion, but one or the other is like NASA's. I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson keeps saying, and NASA's budget is like nothing compared to the budget of the national budget of the United States. It's just like next to nothing. 0.1% of the budget or something like that. And people are like, why are we wasting all this money on NASA? It's like, because fuck you. That's the reason. Because NASA is awesome. And it's, why don't we waste more money on tax breaks to the rich people? That's a more effective use of money, isn't it? I mean, at least if we're going to cut money from NASA, we could, I don't know, take that money and just give it to, I don't know, the poorest 10% people in America. Just spread it out even. Not in tax breaks because they don't pay taxes, but just, be like, hey, here you go. Here's some money and spend it on whatever you want. I don't care. Buy booze. You know why? Because you're so poor. You probably could use some booze. We understand. Life sucks. If you're like, you don't spend booze with money, we'd be like, yeah, you're rich. I fucking know. You spend more money than whatever the fuck that would be. Even if it's $10,000. You spend more money than that a year, a month, something in between those two on booze. Trust me, I know. I don't know firsthand, but I know that you do. So fuck off. we have the money to spend on it. I don't fucking care. And you do? Spread the ched. And also, if you do, why is anyone at the 50% income level or lower, why do any of us have to buy, I don't know, food at all? Like, at all. Why do we have to spend a dime on food? If you rich people can spend that much money on booze, they shouldn't have to buy food. Not a fucking dime. So you better watch what you say. Very tactical about the information you give out, because there are going to be a lot of very interesting counter arguments to the shit you say. Like, I have 3 yachts. Really? At most you need 1, and those 2 other yachts worth of money can be 5 small towns worth of food. All right? So, yeah. Again, food. All right. For like a year. So, and the last time, well, last and only, so I don't want to make it seem like I do it all the time, but my cloud storage is filled up. I wasn't aware that I was even backing shit up to cloud space. Whatever. I almost give a shit. Anyways, when the first time I volunteered to help dole out food at that food bank, I heard one of the ladies say the Houston Food Bank, which is where they get their food from, and not just them. It's like the central hub that gives out food to food banks. It's like it's all fucked up. I'm like, what does that mean? It's like they're running low or something. They're not getting enough food. It's like, really? That's either because, well, I don't know, maybe now it's because of this whole immigration and ICE and people not picking fruit and stuff. Maybe that, or other reasons, like, it was, before any of this, it was always grocery stores throw out a lot of produce. I know grocery stores used to throw out a buttload of produce. I'm pretty sure restaurants do too. Usable produce as well. I use that term a little loosely because sometimes I throw out stuff that I could use. I'm probably more picky about my produce and vegetables. I can't really eat a lot of vegetables, but I'm probably more picky about shit than other people. 50 minutes. I don't know anybody that's going to watch this. I just like yammering on and on. I guess I should stop. Just because. Why? And I'm hot. I could take a fan break. I don't have anything more to eat other than those Lay's potato chips. I mean, I do, but I don't feel like making it. Golly. Oh my butt. So hot. So hot. All right. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what that was. All right. Well, future me, virtual me, digital me, everything me. Boo! It's out.